Maran Mohan Ju ki jai, Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupar, Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Gurudev ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupar, Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupar, Ashtatarashata Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nitila Pravishtam Vishnupad Shila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki jai. Nitila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitila Pravishta Shila Satchitaranda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki jai. Nitila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Anuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadash Raghunath Shara Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal, Gaura Mandal, Vraja Mandal, Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Wait, let me just check the calendar really quick. I'm a bit late this morning, sorry. Uh, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Okay, today isn't anything. Hari Bol, Sudevi Didi, Indira Mataji, Kargraj ji, Hari Hari Prabhu Bhavatarani Mataji, Kargraj ji, Hari Bol, everybody. Okay, Ajay Nam Hari Bol. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayanitti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namne gauratishe namaha. Guruve gaurachandraya radhikaya itadalaye Krishnaya Krishna bhaktaya tara namo namaha. I have something in my throat. Yang pravrajantamanupeta krityam dvaipayano virahaka tara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravobhine dustang sarva bhutta hridayam munimanatosmi narayanam namaskritya narang chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Shinvatang Swakatha Krishna Punyashavana Kirtana Ridantasto Hyabadrani Vidhunoti Suhritsatam Nashta Prayeshvabadreshu Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamang charanantikam bhaktya vihina apara lakshay shiptashtakamadhitaranga madhe kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna vrinde namaste charanarvindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, and Kishori Mohan Prabhu, he just shared something with me. I didn't see it. I just noticed it when I was logging on. Let me just check. This is Jitarati Das Prabhu and team have compiled all of Srila Prabhupada's statements, purports, and translation pertaining to the portion of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, cantos 14. I don't understand that. What does it mean? Canto 10, and then, 14th chapter, 11, 12. That Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada did not complete before his departure, 1977. Whoa, it is a brilliant service done in order. Wow, amazing. Whoa, we'll have to check this out. Oh my God, that's really... anyways, I'll look at this after. Maybe we can read from this. Oh, just opening it, 1 second. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I'll just check it after. We better get on with the reading. Canto 10, 14, so Canto... Whoa. My God, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this with me, Kishori Mohan Prabhu, if he's watching. All right. Anyhow, okay. That is really exciting. All right, Dandavat Pranam. Bhavatarani Mataji, Nuri Hari Prabhu, Sudevi Didi, Madhavi Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, Hari Bol, everybody. Oh, and Vaijantimala Mataji, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, everybody. Okay, so let's begin. I'm super late today. I wasn't even able to plan anything. So let's just continue reading from here. So the last verse we ended with, so thus consoling Nanda Maharaj and the other men of Vraj, the infallible Supreme Lord respectfully honored them with gifts of clothing, jewelry, household utensils, and so on. And then we read this Nanda Maharaj was overwhelmed with affection upon hearing Krishna's words, and his eyes brimmed with tears as he embraced the two lords. Then he went back to Vraj with the cowherd men. And so then we read this very long purport, and it was pretty neat reading this purport. This is the same katha that Srila Gurudev gave the day before yesterday that we read from. That's the thing that I'm really loving with reading Srila Viśvanātha Chakravartī Thakur's Sārārtha-darśinī, is that we see so many. Oh, that's Gurudev was just speaking Srila Viśvanātha Chakravartī Thakur here. It's like reading Gurudev almost. All right, so Atashura Suto Rajan Putrayo Samakarayat Purodhasa Brahmanaischa Yatavad Tvija Sanskritim. My dear king, then Vasudev, the son of Shurasen, arranged for a priest and other Brahmins to perform his two sons' second birth initiation. Sārārtha-darśinī commentary by Srila Viśvanātha Chakravartī Thakur. Vasudev arranged to have the Upanaya Samskar, the Brahminical initiation, performed by Gargamuni, Purodhasa, and other Brahmins. Tebya dakshina gavo rukmamala swalankrita swalankritebya sampujya savatsakshomalini. Vasudev honored these Brahmins by worshipping them and giving them fine ornaments and well-ornamented cows with their calves. Gave well-ornamented cows with their calves. All these cows wore golden necklaces and linen wreaths. Commentary. The cows wore garlands of linen cloth as well as gold garlands. One second, I just need to drink something. Ya Krishna Ramajanmarkshe Mano Datta Mahamati Tashchadad Anusmrit sorry Tashchadad Anusmritya Kangsena Dharmato Hrita. The magnanimous Vasudeva then remembered the cows he had mentally given away on the occasion of Krishna's and Balaram's birth. Kamsa had stolen those cows, and Vasudeva now recovered them and gave them away in charity also. Commentary. At the time of Krishna's appearance, Vasudeva was locked in the prison of Kamsa, who had stolen all of Vasudeva's cows. Still, Vasudeva was so jubilant over Krishna's birth that he mentally donated 10,000 of his cows to the Brahmins. Now, upon Kamsa's death, Vasudeva went to Kamsa's Goshala, took back his cows, and gave 10,000 of them to worthy Brahmanas. Oh, that's beautiful. Tatascha labda samskaro dvijatvam prapya suvrato gargadyadu kulacharyad gayatram vratamastito. After attaining twice-born status through initiation, the lords, sincere in their vows, took the further vow of celibacy from Gargamuni, the spiritual master of the Yadus. Commentary. The term Gayantram Vratam means that Krishna and Balaram were following the vow of celibacy in student life, brahmacharya. One second, I forgot to check the sound. Hari Bol Yashoda Didi. Dhanyavad. Prabhavo sarvavidyanam sarvagyo jagarishvaro nanya siddhamalam jnanam guhamano narehitaya. Ato guru kule vasam ichantav upajagmatu kashyam sandipanim nama yavanti puravasinam. Concealing their innately perfect knowledge by their human-like activities, those two omniscient lords of the universe, themselves the origin of all branches of knowledge, next desired to reside at the school of a spiritual master. Thus they approached Sandipani Muni, of Kashi, living in the city of Avanti. Commentary. Since Krishna and Balaram are covering their innate knowledge of their since they're covering their innate knowledge by their human-like behavior, they went to the Gurukul to acquire knowledge. Yato pasadyato danto guru vrittim aninditam grahayantav upetosma bhaktya devam ivadrito. Sandipani thought very highly of these two self-controlled disciples whom he had obtained. So, what's this word? I don't even know this word. Fortuitous. I can't even say that. How do you say that? By chance rather than, I don't even know how to say that. Fortuitously, by chance rather than intention. Okay. By good fortune. Also, maybe? No. Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. By serving them as devotedly as one would serve the Supreme Lord himself, they showed others an irreproachable example of how to worship the spiritual master. Commentary. In order to teach others perfect dealings with the Guru, Krishna and Balaram served the Guru with great devotion according to the scriptural rules. They were also respected by the Guru. Tayar dvijavarastushta shuddha bhavanuvrittibhi provacha vedanakilan sangopanishado guru. That best of Brahmins, the spiritual master Sandipani, was satisfied with her submissive behavior, and thus he taught them the entire Vedas together with their six corollaries and the Upanishads. Sārahasyam dhanurvedam dharmam nyaya patangstata tata chanvikshim vidyam rajanitim sashadvidham. He also taught them the Dhanurveda with its most confidential secrets. the standard books of law, the methods of logical reasoning and philosophical debate, and the sixfold science of politics. Commentary. Sandipani Muni taught Krishna and Balaram the confidential portion of the Dhanurveda, military science, which includes knowledge of the appropriate mantras and the presiding deities of warfare. Dharman refers to the Manu Samhita and other standard law books, the Dharma Shastras. Nyaya Patan refers to the doctrine of karma mimamsa and other such theories. Anvikshikim is knowledge of the techniques of logical argument, tarka. The sixfold political science is quite pragmatic and includes 1. Santi, making peace. 2. Vigraha, war. 3. Yana, marching. 4. Asan, sitting tight. 5. Dvaidha, dividing one's forces. And 6. Sangshai, seeking the protection of a more powerful ruler. Interesting. I wonder what asana is all about, sitting tight. About not one, okay, probably about about preventing war. Not preventing war, but not getting into it. I don't know. Anyways, okay, verses 35 to 36. Sarvam naravara shrishto sarva vidya pravartako sakrinigada to sanjagrihatur nirpa ahoratraishchatur shashtya sangyato tavati kala guru dakshinaya chandayam asatur nirpa. O king, those best of persons, Krishna and Balaram, being themselves the original promulgators of all varieties of knowledge, could immediately assimilate each and every subject after hearing it explained just once. Thus, with fixed concentration, they learned the 64 arts and skills in as many days and nights. What's that mean in as many days and nights? Does that mean, okay, in 64 nights they learned the 64 arts? I think so. Thereafter, O king, they satisfied their spiritual master by offering him Guru Dakshina. Commentary. For details of the 64 arts, one should consult the Tantras. Krishna and Balaram satisfied their guru by inducing him to accept some remuneration, saying, "Please take as dakshina something that you desire." According to the Amar Coast Dictionary, the word chanda means desire or allurement. Dvijastayostam mahimanamarbhutam samlokshya rajan atimanushim matim samantrapant patnya samahanave mritam balam prabhase varayam pabhuvaha. O king, the learned Brahman Sandipani fully considered the two lords' glorious and amazing qualities and their superhuman intelligence. Then, after consulting with his wife, he chose as his remuneration the return of his young son, who had died in the ocean at Prabhas. Commentary. The child of the Brahman was swallowed by the conch shell demon while he was playing at Mahashiva Kshetra, the great pilgrimage place of Lord Shiva, Prabhas. Te tataruhya maharato ratang prabhasamasadya duranta vikramo velam upavraja nishidatu kshanam sindhur viditvar hanamaharat tayo. So be it, replied those two great charioteers of limitless might. And they at once mounted their chariots and set off for Prabhas. When they reached that place, they walked up to the shore and sat down. In a moment, the deity of the ocean, recognizing them to be the supreme lords, approached them with offerings of tribute. Tamaha Bhagavanashu Guru Putra Pradi Yosav iha tvaya grasto balako mahator mina. The Supreme Lord Krishna addressed the Lord of the ocean. Let the son of my guru be presented at once, the one you seized here with your mighty waves. Shri Samudra Uvacha Na chaharsham aham deva daitya pancha jano mahan antarjala chara Krishna shankarupo dharo sura. The ocean replied, O Lord Krishna, it was not I who abducted him, but a demonic descendant of Diti named Panchajana, who travels in the water in the form of a conch. Commentary. The ocean said, I have not taken the boy. The demon named Panchajana has taken the boy. He is so powerful, I cannot defeat him. Aste tena hrito nunam tachrutva satvaram prabhu jalam avishyatam hatva napashyad udharer bhakam. Indeed, the ocean said, that demon has taken him away. Hearing this, Lord Krishna entered the ocean, found Panchajanya, and killed him. The Lord did not find the boy within the demon's belly. Commentary. The ocean said, Panchajana is present, moving about in the water. Such is the implied completion of the thought. Taranga prabhavam shangam adhaya ratamagamat tata samyamanim nama yamasya daitam purim gatva janardana shankam pradadmo sahalayuda shankanirhradamakarnya prajasamya manoyama. Tayo samparyamahatim chakre bhaktupabrimhitam uvachavanata krishnam sarvabhutashayalayam lila manushyayor vishno yuvayo karavamakim. 1 second, I just need to clear my throat. Oh, shut off the mic. Haribol Prajumna Prabhu. It's on YouTube. Definitely, there's a few people watching on YouTube right now. Haribol Ganga Mataji. Lord Janardhan took the conch shell that had grown around the demon's belly and went back to the chariot. Then he proceeded to Samyamani, the beloved capital of Yamaraj, the Lord of Death. Upon arriving there with Lord Balaram, he loudly blew his conch shell, and Yamaraj, who keeps the conditioned souls in check, came as soon as he heard the resounding vibration. Yamaraj elaborately worships the two lords with great devotion, and then he addressed Lord Krishna, who lives in everyone's heart. O Supreme Lord Vishnu, what shall I do for you and Lord Balaram, who are playing the part of an ordinary humans? Commentary. Though Krishna is omniscient and knew that the boy was not in the ocean, he left Balaram on the shore along with a chariot, and on the pretext of searching for the boy, he went into the ocean to reclaim his own conch shell. One should understand that Panchajana had become a demon in a similar way to that of Jaya and Vijay. In reality, he was eternally on the spiritual platform as Krishna's devotee. I wonder what his backstory is. The phrase of Tar Anga Prabhavam, which had grown from his body, actually means that the conch shell was lying in the demon's stomach, according to the Avanti Kanda of the Skanda Purana. Tata Panchajanam Hatva Graha Rupam Mahasuram Tan Madhyastam Jaga Sajagraha Sankagrastam Hiyat Pure. Having killed Panchajana, the great demon in the form of an aquatic, Krishna took the conch which was lying in his belly. Tan Madhyastam. From this evidence, some acharyas explain that the conch was residing within the demon's body, and it merely came out of the demon's body when Krishna killed him. Krishna loudly blew the conch. Janardhana Shankam Pradadmo. What is it? Panchajanam Hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Pradamo Mahashankam. What is it? God, I forgot it. Anyways, so Krishna loudly blew the conch, and all the inhabitants of hell were delivered on hearing the sounds. The Skanda Puran Avanti Kanda describes the wonderful things that happened when Krishna sounded his conch shell. Asipatra vanam nama shirnapatram ajayata roravam nama narakam aroravam abhutada abhairavam bhairavakyam vipakam apachakam. The hell known as Asipatravana the hell known as Asipatravana lost the sharp sword-like leaves on its trees, and the hell named Rodava became free of its Ruru beast. The Bhairav hell lost its fearfulness, and all cooking stopped in the Kumbhipaka hell. Cooking of people. The Skanda Puran further states, Papakshayat tata sarve vimukta naraka nara padam avyayamasadya. All the inhabitants of hell were purified of their sins and attained Vaikuntha in the spiritual world. For the phrase Lila Manushyayor Vishnu, we also have a second reading, Lila Manusha He Vishnu. The sentence can mean, what service can I do? What service can I do for you two forms of Vishnu, playing the roles of humans? Or, O Vishnu, who plays the pastimes of a human, what service can I do for you? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, verse 45, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Guru Putram Ihanitam Neja Karma Nibandanam Anayasva Maharaja Matana Puraskrita. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, suffering the bondage of his past activity, my spiritual master's son was brought here to you. O great king, obey my command and bring this boy to me without delay. Commentary. Krishna said, though in most cases a person must endure the effects of his past deeds, you should return the son of my guru. According to the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 11:31-12, Martena yo guru sutam yama loka nitam. Sri Krishna brought the son of his guru back from the planet of the Lord of Death in the boy's self-same body. The commentary of Sridhar Swami also mentions this. Krishna said to Yamaraj, there will be no fault in your giving first priority to my order and bringing him. 46. Tateti tenopanitam guru putram yaduttamo tatvasa guruve bhuyo vrenishveti tamuchatu. Yamaraj said, so be it, and brought forth the Guru's son. Then those two most exalted Yadus presented the boy to their spiritual master and said to him, please select another boon. Shri Guru Ruvacha Samyak Sampadito Vatsa Bhavadbhyam Guru Nishkrayo Konu Yushmad Vida Guru Kamanam. Did I turn the mic back on? Okay, good. Thank God. Sorry. Kamanam Ashishyate. Konun Yushmad Vida Guru Kamanam Avashishyate. The spiritual master said, my dear boys, you two have completely fulfilled the disciple's obligation to reward his spiritual master. Indeed, with disciples like you, what further desires could a guru have? Commentary. Sandipani Muni said, what desires remain for the guru with disciples like you? Gachatam svagraham viro kirtirvam astupavani Chandangsyayata yamani bhavantviha paratracha. O heroes, now please return home. May your fame sanctify the world, and may the Vedic hymns be ever fresh in your minds, both in this life and the next. Guru Naivam Anugyato Ratena Nilarang Hasa Ayato Swapuram Tata parjanya ninadena vai. Thus, receiving their guru's permission to leave, the two lords returned to their city on their chariot, which moved as swiftly as the wind and resounded like a cloud. This is the last verse of this chapter. Samanandam praja sarva drishtva rama janardano apashyantyo bhavahani nashtalabdva dhana iva. All the citizens rejoiced upon seeing Krishna and Balaram, whom they had not seen for many days. The people felt just like those who have lost their wealth and then regained it. Thus ends the commentary on the 45th chapter of the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam for the pleasure of the devotees in accordance with the previous acharyas. Didn't we read yesterday? Was Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura saying yesterday? No, or maybe it was Gurudev. That the Vrajvasis could never. Could you ever imagine the Vrajvasis sending Krishna off for such a long time to go to school like that? But Mathura is very different. Oh wow, we come to this chapter. Uddhav visits Vrindavan. Give me 1 second, because I was late today. I didn't get to see how. 1 second. I just want to see how long this chapter is. Maybe we should save it for tomorrow. Where is it? Resources. Just take 1 second for me to do this. Where is it? There it is. Oh, dang it. 1 second. Yeah. Or maybe we could read, because I didn't actually get around to reading the second part of the Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj's, Gurudev's glorification of Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj, so maybe we should read that. But I just want to see if this is... Okay, got it. Uddhav visits Vrindavan. Yeah, actually, I think we should leave this for another day. Okay, I'm just seeing how long it is, so how many words. It is 8,713 words. So that will take 2 days to read. Yeah, let's read then from this. Transcendental memories. An offering of transcendental memories of Prapuja Charan Ashtatarashatashi Śrīmad-Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj, Part 2. And this was written in a little booklet called the Viraha Smarak Prakashan that Gurudev wrote on during the disappearance time. Right after the disappearance of Śrīla Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj. Okay. So 6. His special affection for me and his extraordinary anurag for Krishna Katha. So Gurudev said, whenever he would see me, he would shower me with an affection that had a simple natural intimacy, lokik sambandhuvat. As much as possible, he did not like dealings that were filled with giving him honor, maryada. When we would meet each other, he would grab my hands and have me sit on a seat that was the same level as his seat. He wouldn't even hesitate to have me sit on his own bed. Towards the end of his life, he spent some days in Kolkata for treatment. After Sri Dham Navadip Parikrama in 1994, I went to have his darshan with Shriman Banavari Lal Singhania and a few brahmacharis. We all offered prostrated obeisance to him. Immediately upon seeing me, despite the doctor's prohibition and my repeated request, he got off his bed, offered Dandavat Pranam, took hold of my hand, and made me sit beside him on his bed. Remembering topics of his Aradhya Devi, Srimati Radhika, Tears welled in his eyes, and he began to cry. Alas, alas, I have not been able to perform any sadhan bhajan. Seeing his state of bhav, everyone became overwhelmed with emotion, and the ponds of our eyes became filled with tears. Forgetting his illness, he began an Ishtagoshti on the topic of Srimati Radhika's compassion, Karuna. Seeing his extraordinary deep attachment, his anurag to Krishna Katha, we were all stunned. Srimati Radhika, Shri Krishna's topmost beloved. Every year, without fail, he would attend the Sridham Navadvip Parikrama conducted by Shri Gauriya Vedanta Samiti, as well as the Samiti's parikramas of Rajamandal, Kshetramandal, Dwarka, South India, and other places. He used to say, "The most worshipable Śrīmad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj has given an invitation to me for all the time, saying, 'You must certainly come for all of our functions.' For this reason, even after my Gurudev entered Aprakata Lila, every year Pujapad Janardhan Maharaj would unfailingly participate in Sri Dham Navadvip Parikrama and Rajmandal Parikrama. 1993 was his last Rajmandal Parikrama. When the Parikrama arrived at Sri Paitagram near Govardhan, he spoke about that place. This Paitagram is an extra special place for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Nearby at Chandra Sarovar, when, at the time of Ras, Krishna disappeared, Krishna's beloveds became maddened with feelings of separation from him and searched for him here and there. Some asked the birds and animals of Krishna's whereabouts, and some inquired from the trees and vines. Some Vrajaramanis thought themselves to be Krishna, and others thought themselves to be Putana, Shakatasura, Agasura, etc. In this way, they would become maddened with the Anubhav named Lila, enactment of Krishna's. I just read about this morning from Ujjvala Nilamani Kiran. Sorry. At that time, Krishna manifested before them in the form of four-handed Vasudev. At first, the different gopis who saw this form while searching for Krishna offered him pranam, understanding him to be Narayan, and then moved on, taking no notice of him. But as soon as Shri Krishna saw Srimati Radhika, he became incapable of maintaining his Narayan form. Upon seeing her, he appeared before her in his own Sarup, that is, the Sarup of Vrajendra Nandan. It was thus proven at this place that among all the Goparamanis, Srimati Radhika is the topmost beloved of Krishna. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnos Tasya Kundam Priyam Tata Sarva Gopishu Sarvaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. Just as Srimati Radhika is dear to Shri Krishna, her pond, Shri Radhakund, is equally dear to him. Among all the beloved gopis, none are as dear as Srimati Radhika. That's from the Padma Purana. Upon hearing this deliberation, everyone became charmed. Just seeing if my internet's still on. Okay, looks like it is. Hari Bol Gopikant Prabhu. 8. Defying the resident Radhakund Babajis. When on this parikrama we reached Radhakund, he addressed the resident Shri Radhakund Babajis, saying, "You are all erudite persons. You have given up everything and have become penniless, and you are performing bhajan in Radhakund and Vrindavan. All of you please come and speak with us. Why do you slander and criticize the followers of Srila Saraswati Ṭhākura? Why do you say that saffron-colored cloth, sannyas, and so on are divergent from the bhajan of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas? We Gaudiya Vaishnavas garbed in saffron color humbly desire to discuss this. All of you come here and discuss this topic with us." Quoting a verse and commentary of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 2.7.14, he gave proof of the following. Yat pada pankaja palasha vilasa bhaktya Karmashayam gratitam ud gratayanti santa tadvanarikta matayo yatayo piruddha sroto ganastamat aranam bhajavasudevam. At Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 4:22-39. Devotees of Sri Bhagavan, actually engaged in serving the toes of his lotus feet, can eliminate with ease the strong knots of yearning to enjoy the fruits of one's prescribed duties. This task cannot be performed by those who are not devoted to him, such as jnanis and yogis, despite their attempts to put an end to the swelling waves of sense enjoyment. You are thus advised to perform bhajan of Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. Kiba vipra kiba nyasi shudra kene nai Jai Krishna tattva veta she guru hoy. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 8:128. Whether one is a Brahman, a sannyasi, or a Shudra, if he is conversant with transcendental knowledge about Sri Krishna, he can become a guru. He went on to say, the 9 roots of Sriman Mahaprabhu's wish-fulfilling tree of Prem are all sannyasis who wore saffron-colored cloth. Shri Paramananda Puri, Shri Keshava Bharati, Shri Brahmananda Puri, Shri Brahmananda Bharati, Shri Vishnu Puri, Shri Keshav Puri, Shri Krishnananda Puri, Shri Nrsimha Tirtha, and Shri Sukhananda Puri. Shriman Nityananda Prabhu, Sarup Damodar, and others were all sannyasis. Even sannyasis wearing saffron-colored cloth are seen among wearing saffron-colored cloth are seen among the Sri Radharaman Goswamis. But Goswamis in times gone by, and also in current times. Please come and speak with us. Please deliberate on this. If we have any fault or defect, please explain it to us. Hearing his loud roaring in this way, not a single Babaji came before him. The approximately 600 to 700 people who were listening to his excellent conclusive statements deeply understood in truth and essence that the conceptions of the Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the line of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, alone are immaculate and fully and perfectly conclusive. Only the Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnavas' conclusions are immaculate and fully and perfectly conclusive. 9. Gopishwar Mahadev awards Krishna Prem. Hare Krishna Shasharmaji and Gopikant Prabhu. Okay, so Gopishwar Mahadev awards Krishna Prem. One time on Sri Vrajamala Parikrama at Nandishwar Parvat in Sri Nandagram, there was an Ishta Goshti on the topic of Shiva Tattva, and it was apparent that devotees held different opinions. In that assembly, I had said that Sri Sadashiv is Vishnu Tattva. His non-different form in Vrindavan is Gopishwar Mahadev. In Govardhan, it is Chakleshwar Mahadev. In Nandagram, it is Nandishwar Mahadev. And in Kamyavan, it is Kameshwar Mahadev. All these forms of his are completely identical, divine existential reality. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam says in reference to Shiva, Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. Sri Shiva is the greatest Vaishnav. He is the greatest friend of Sri Sanatana Goswami, who, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, has given the process for worshipping him. Even his pranam mantra says, Vrindavana vanipate jaya soma soma mole sanaka sanatana nara dedhya gopishvara vrajavilasi yugangri padme prema prayacha nirupadi namo namaste. O protector of the land of Vrindavan, O Hud Uma, O Soma Moli, you who carry the moon on your head, O you who are worshipped by Sanak, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Narad, O Gopishwar, please bestow upon me unconditional prem for the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, who perform loving pastimes in Vraj. Therefore, Gopeshwar Mahadev is worshipable for the Vaishnavas. By his merciful blessing, one is able to obtain Vraj Bhakti. Hearing this, a few Vaishnavas present took a contending stance. There is no place in the Sri Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya to worship Shankar, they said. He cannot give Vraj Prem. In that assembly, Pujapad Janardhan Maharaj quoted the following shloka from Srila Raghunath Goswami's Vrajavilasa Stava, verse 87. What's the meter for this? Anyways, I'm just going to do anything. Muda Gopendrasyat Majabuva Parishanga Nida. Sorry, let me try again. Okay, I got it. Muda Gopendrasyat Majabuja Parishvanga Nidaye Spurad Gopi Vrindar Yamiha Bhagavantam Pranayibhi Pajadbhistar Bhaktya Swamabhilashitam Praptamachirad Yamitire Gopishwaramanudinam Tam Kila Bhaje. To obtain the jewel of being embraced by the arms of Rajendra Nandan Shamsundar, the gopis, who possess firm, loving, intimate attachment for Sri Krishna, joyfully worshipped Gopishwar Mahadev, Sadashiv, with great devotion, and had all their internal desires fulfilled without delay. Daily I worship that Gopishwar Mahadev, who resides on the bank of the Yamuna. In this way, he cleared any confusion on this topic. The Vraj Gopis prayed to Gopishwar Mahadev to obtain, and that Gopishwar Mahadev awards this Krishna Prem. There is therefore no more room to doubt that Gopishwar Mahadev bestows the cherished objective of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. For this reason, each and every one of us pray to him for his mercy. Both parties were satisfied with his conclusion. That's a really beautiful verse. Maybe we can try memorizing that sometime. All right, 10. The meaning of the word samadhi. One time, Pujapad Janardhan Maharaj asked my Guru Parma Nityalila Pravishta Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj about the Vaishnav's explanation of the word samadhi. He said, Vaishnavas explain the word samadhi in various ways, but their explanations have not satisfied my mind. Please enlighten me about the meaning of this word. My Guru Parma said, Samadhi means to become samadhi, acquainted with the inner desire object of worship, the upasya tattva. In this way, saturated in that mood, in that bhav, one engages oneself fully in the service to that object of worship. The damsels of Vraj naturally remain in a constant state of samadhi. At the time of their auspicious departure, the transcendental perfected body, the Siddha Sharir of the Vaishnavas, becomes spiritually the same as that of their object of service, their Savior. And they fully dedicate themselves in service to their Savior in every way. This is the true meaning of the word samadhi. So the perfected body, the Siddha Sharir of the Vaishnava, becomes spiritually the same as their object of service, as the Savior. Upon hearing this answered so concisely, Pujapad Janardhan Maharaj became extremely delighted. 11. His Nishta and Srila Prabhupada. On the day of Sri Mayapur Parikrama, during Sri Vedanta Samiti's Sri Navadip Dham Parikrama, Pujapad Janardhan Maharaj would arrive at the samadhi of his most worshipful Nitya Lila Pravishta Srila Prabhupada and extol Srila Prabhupada's glories. As he would do so, his throat would choke up. He would become overwhelmed with emotion and unable to speak further. He could only weep, tears flowing from his eyes. Beholding such bhav and guru nishta, the audience would become overwhelmed. In this way, many divine memories of him are appearing in my heart, but I fear increasing the length of this essay. I therefore offer hundreds and hundreds of flowers from my heart at his divine feet. My only prayer at his lotus feet is that he may cleanse my hundreds and hundreds of faults, shortcomings, and offenses, and thus count me among the recipients of his mercy. Praying for a particle of mercy from Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas, Tridandi Bhikshu Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan. Jai Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai. I just want to very quickly see if there's anything from Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. Anything about their relationship, because that's really... Okay, I'm just going to search his name and we'll see what we find in here. It'll be short. Okay, so Srila, this is when Param Gurudev was a brahmachari under my Param Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Keshav Goswami Maharaj. Sri Sajan Sevak Brahmachari also lived some time in Sri Shamananda Gaudiya Math. Sri Anantaram Brahmachari, later Pujapad Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj, was also there. Around that time, some serious controversy arose in Vrindavan, and some so-called Goswamis and Babajis were saying that there are no more than 4 sampradayas, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not in the line of Madhvacharya, and that he established the Gaudiya Sampradaya himself. In order to compose a proper essay refuting these, the references for 2 particular verses were needed. One of these verses was Sampradaya Vihina Ye Mantras Te Nishvala Mata Ata Kalo Bhavishyanti Chatvara Sampradayina. Unless one has been initiated in a sampradaya by a bona fide guru, the mantra received will have no effect, and in the age of Kali, there will only be 4 bona fide sampradayas. This is found in the Prameya Ratnavali 1.5, quoted from Padapurana. Prameya Ratnavali, that's Srila Baladev Vibhushan, right? The other verse, Janmana Jayate Shudra Samskarad hi Bhaved Dvija Veda Patat Bhaved Vipra Brahma Janati Brahmana. By birth, everyone is a Shudra. One becomes a Dvija, twice born, upon receiving spiritual purification from a spiritual master. By studying the Vedas, one becomes a Vipra. The real Brahman, however, is one who knows Brahma. This verse is originally from the Atreya Samhita, but is also found in the Skanda Purana. In order to find the proper references for these 2 verses and write that crucial rebuttal, the 2 brahmacharis, Sri Sajan Sevak and Sri Anantaram, went to the local king's impressive library in Mahishadal, near the town of Medinipur. They stayed there for several days, combing through the many books until they found the required references. While there, they took the opportunity to also read a great many Gaudiya Vaishnava scriptures, as well as the various Upanishads and Puranas that were available in that library. Okay, then this is a glorification of Srila Vaman. It goes through the 26 qualities of a Vaishnava, and it shows how Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj embodied each of those qualities. So, Maitri, friendly, that's 23. Sri Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Vaman Goswami Maharaj had profoundly deep friendships with Vaishnavas. There is no calculating the amount of assistance, both financial and otherwise, he discreetly offered to Srila Prabhupada's renounced disciples. Those who had even a glimpse of his friendship with Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Sri Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj can perhaps comprehend what friendship looks like between 2 Mahabhagavats. If he saw someone sincerely engaged in the service of Bhagavan, then no matter who that person was, there is no end to his affection for him. His door would be wide open for that person. Okay, so there isn't that much in a true servant. I remember reading, it was in one of the Bhagavat Patrika issues. There's the Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj was glorifying Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. He told a story. I hopefully I'm not getting the details wrong, but he said that every night Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj would all of a sudden disappear in the middle of the night, and it was really like he wouldn't be in his room and he'd be nowhere to be found. And so he was thinking, this is so strange. I mean, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj is has the most pure character ever. Like since childhood, he's never done a single bad thing ever. And so where is he going? Like, this is just really strange. And so then one day he asked him, and then Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj told him, come with, I'll show you. And so then late at night, after everybody went to sleep, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj went, he took Anantaram Brahmachari to this library. And he had the key. They trusted him at the library, I guess, and they gave him a key. And he took the key and he opened up the gate, and then he would stay up all night reading the books in that library. And Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj, he tried to stay up reading the books, but he just fell asleep at the table there the whole night. And then, but the whole night, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj was just going through books. And then afterwards, like before Mangalarti time, then Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, I guess, woke him up or something, and then they went back to the mat. But yeah, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj just wouldn't sleep. Yeah, that was a neat story. We'll probably translate that and put it on the Raise of the Harmonists Remembrance series that's going on right now. Also, there's one quick thing also that I shared on Facebook. We published it in the, let me just find it. It's on my own personal Facebook page. And then I'll stop because it's already late. Oh my God, it's already 8:35. This is just 1 second though. I just published it. Yeah, there. See, isn't that so beautiful? I think they were around the same age. They both grew up together under Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. They're like childhood friends. Okay, so go and accept Diksha from Srila Janardhan Goswami Maharaj. And this is a remembrance by, who is it? By Shripad B.V. Siddhanti Maharaj from Sri Devananda Gaudiya Math, who is Patit Pavan Das, a disciple of Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj. Okay, so he said, once Guru Maharaj, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, was present at the annual festival of Shri Gauravani Vinod Ashram, established by Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj in Kharagpur, West Bengal. Srila Guru Maharaj had a very profound friendship with Srila Janardhan Goswami Maharaj. A disciple of Srila Guru Maharaj, who also lived in Kharagpur, had recently married. Knowing that Srila Guru Maharaj was visiting Kharagpur, he came to Srila Guru Maharaj's room on the 3rd floor of the ashram. He brought with him his newly wedded wife, so she could receive the darshan and blessings of Srila Guru Maharaj and also receive mantras from him. He and his wife offered pranam to Guru Maharaj, and the disciple introduced his wife to him. Guru Maharaj understood why he had brought his wife and spoke directly to his wife. You want to do Harinam? Very good. Go and accept Harinam and Diksha from Srila Janardhan Goswami Maharaj. Having received this order from Srila Guru Maharaj, that disciple, along with his wife, went to the room of Srila Janardhan Goswami Maharaj on the 2nd floor of the ashram. He offered pranam to him and, informing him of the instruction that Srila Guru Maharaj had just given him, requested him to bestow Harinam and Diksha upon his wife. Srila Janardhan Goswami Maharaj said to him, but you should again go to your Guru Maharaj, Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and have your wife take Harinam and Diksha only from him. It is always best if both husband and wife are initiated by the same Guru. Also, tell him that I am asking this. Does he not consider this mat his own? Is that why he does not want to give Harinam and Diksha here? And also, if he makes anyone his disciple, does that person not become my disciple also? Does he consider us separate? Go and tell him that I am requesting him to grant Harinam and Diksha to your wife. That concerned disciple again went to the 3rd floor to the room of Guru Maharaj and told him all that Srila Janardhan Goswami Maharaj had said to him. Srila Guru Maharaj said with a mild smile on his face, Hari Hari, Kave Mui Vaishnava Chinivo. Oh Hari, when will I be able to understand the Vaishnav? That's from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He gave Harinam Diksha to that disciple's wife and told them, Now go and offer pranam to Pujapad Janardana Goswami Maharaj and inform him that I have obeyed his order. Such a wonderful relationship was there between them. In truth, narrow-mindedness does not exist in the hearts of Shuddha Vaishnavas, nor do they have a conception of mine and not mine. In their vision, every jiva is part and parcel of Bhagavan. They fully realize that we are all in the line in the parampara of Sriman Mahaprabhu, and a display of any kind of discrimination towards another mat or towards the residents of another mat shows a lack of tattva gyan and transcendental realization. All right. Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishimar Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishimad Srila Bhakti Jivan Janardana Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupa Rashata Rashata Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorkshara Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki Jai. Nityalila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Srila Baldev Vijabhushan Prabhu ki Jai. Srila Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura ki Jai. Shri Nartham Srinivas Ramananda Prabhu Traya ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopala Patadash Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramananda Rishi Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Ṭhākura ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय. सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय. श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय. श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय. श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय. श्री भक्ति देवी की जय. श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय. श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय. श्री Sārārtha-darśinī वृत्ति की जय. श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय. हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशवाय कृष्ण भक्ति पददेवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Dandavat pranam to everybody. Hari Hari Bol. Hari Bol and Tira Mataji and Sudevi Didi. All right, see you all tomorrow. Thank you for letting me go so far over time, 13 minutes over time today. I try not to go over time, but today, anyways, yeah. All right, Hari Bol. Dandavat pranam to everybody.